Hey guys, we're coming at you live from Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are just three average guys. We would sit around, we would drink, and we thought, we'd always discuss top 10 videos of this, that, and the other, top 10 albums, and we decided that we would come up with this plan where we would just be the top 10 guys. And one of our biggest debates were, we would talk about sports, we would talk about albums, we would talk about everything, and we wanted more opinions than just the three of us. So we decided to start this channel, and we're going to go at it. And we know that there'll be naysayers out there, and there'll be people that'll say we're crazy, and we want that. We want the debate. We want people to just question everything, and we want your feedback because it's almost like you're here drinking with us and hanging out with us, and we know we'll get negative comments, and we welcome that. But
let's go.
First thing we're going to start with, I guess, is going to be top 10 pitchers of all time.
All time.
Which is always hard when we go across generations because it's hard to compare. So we just bring in as much as, some pitchers here that we've never seen pitch. No one here alive has seen pitch. So we did the best we could with what we kind of judging generations.
What we wanted to.
Yeah.
Not even off the records. We came up and said, this is what we want. This is our top 10.
So we put our top 10 list together, and we've got a top 10 list. We got a couple that we might want to debate. We're not on there. There's plenty that, again, top 10 of all time, you're talking thousands of pitchers. So there's tons that aren't going to be on here. You can tell us in your comments, who you thought should have been on the list, but we're going to go ahead and start with our list.
So, combined top 10 from the three of us. At number 10, Christy Mathewson.
And this is one I didn't have on my list, so I'm going to let these two talk about it because I just don't know enough about it to even comment on it.
And actually, he wasn't on my list. Chris was the only one who put him on his
So
list.
how did he end up on my list? No, he was on your list. He just wasn't as high on your list. You're talking about a two-time Triple Crown winner. Is in the 05 World Series. 5-time ERA title winner.
2005?
1905.
Oh, okay, just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
05. That's true. 11 seasons, never won fewer than 23 games. Led the NL in ERA 5 times. Could have played longer, but his military career screwed him up. Got gassed in the military. Played baseball, went to the military, got gassed in the military, came out, could never play again.
Well, he's automatically 10 spots higher if he got gassed. I mean, definitely.
His gas is gas.
Number 9.
No more debate on that? Come on. All right.
He's from like 1900.
Major
How
debate.
can I debate that?
Major debate. Number 9.
Debate. None of us ever saw him pitch and never would see him pitch. We have no idea what.
Probably nobody viewing this video ever saw him pitch. That's
Number
my
9.
great-grandpa's watching. Thanks, Grandpa.
Number 9, Phil Niekro. Was not on my list.
He was definitely on my list.
Definitely on my list. Very low.
Because I'm a fan of the knuckleball for one, and for two, his longevity. I mean, he pitched, I think it's,
318 wins.
17 or 19 seasons. We have that kind of longevity. The amount of all-star games he had, he's definitely on my list.
Hall of Famer, 5-time All-Star, 5-time Golden Glove, ERA title.
And I think
24 years in the league.
I think to go with the longevity, the fact that knuckleball is such a unique pitch to thrive on it for that long. So many pitchers try it. There's one a generation that does it. There's one a lifetime that actually makes the Hall of Fame doing it. The only one in the Hall of Fame who did it at that level, Niekro's got to be there.
I actually had him higher on my list, by the way.
Shouldn't be there. Number 8, Gaylord Perry.
The fact that his name is Gaylord and he survived as a man is awesome.
Gay, what's
boy
up,
named
boy?
Sue.
Spitballer. Had the rules changed because of him. He was the spitballer.
He was. I mean, if
Hall of Famer, 2-time Cy Young, 5-time All-Star.
as a rule, if they make a rule against things that you're doing,
Does that make you good?
You change the game. But you changed the game.
So Sammy Sosa changed the game with steroids?
Of course he did. It's a huge
They changed
debate.
the rule.
I'm sure one of our later top 10 videos will be about top 10 cheaters or home run hitters. And
Steroids guys aren't cheaters though. That's the problem.
Wasn't illegal at the time.
Well,
Exactly,
the thing about Gaylord Perry, growing up, remember him as kind of the older, kind of getting a little fat, out of shape guy. But looking
Still
back,
down and
once we looked at, I looked up these stats. I was amazed how really good he was in the '60s and '70s.
And how many
two
seasons?
Cy Youngs.
How many
22
seasons
years,
we did,
314
Stat Boy?
wins. Overall, 3.11 ERA.
I mean, you can't not put him in your top 10.
I cannot put him on my top 10.
Well, a logical person couldn't put him in the top 10.
Well, where is he right now?
He's number 9 on my
Thank you very
Or
much.
sorry, number 8.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Number 7, let's do it.
To me, he should be higher, but whatever. Randy Johnson.
To me, I don't see him as one of the all-time greats. I think it's a good spot for
He
him.
killed a freaking bird with a pitch. Who else did that?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Does that make him Hall of Fame?
Yes.
So Dave Winfield did. Should he be on the top 10 pitchers of all time?
Dave Winfield killed a bird with a pitch.
He threw his ball in the outfield. Happened in
Well,
Toronto.
Kevin Mitchell
You
caught
got
him with a
arrested
bare
for
hand.
it.
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, his strikeouts, I think he's like top 5, top 6 in strikeouts. So, I mean, I think he deserves on this list. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I'm actually pretty happy with where he's at, to be honest.
I agree. I'm the guy. I mean,
303 wins, 166 losses, 329 ERA.
Wait, how many wins again?
303.
And I think anybody, even at the tail end of the players that are just like kind of retiring, just getting in the Hall of Fame now, the 300 win mark, that's not going to be touched probably ever again.
Top 3
Very rarely. 300 wins.
That's the new mark.
Sure.
I mean, it's going to be like 280, 260.
Hall of Fame, 5-time Cy Young, Triple Crown, 10-time All-Star, 2001 World Series MVP, 4 times ERA.
For the first time tonight, I totally agree with where he's at on our list. I have no complaints.
I agree.
I don't think it should be higher. But, whatever. Alright, 6, Greg Maddux.
To me, he's a better painter than he is a pitcher because he's so good at framing everything and putting.
His catcher framed it, not him.
But he's the master of the corner. I mean, he got it. He knew.
His catcher got it. Not
He
him.
knew he wasn't a flamethrower. He knew he wasn't a shutdown pitcher, but he knew how to get guys out. And again, I think he's good at 6. I don't disagree with him at 6.
And minus
How many career wins? Plus 300, right?
Career wins,
Yes.
355.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And my thing again, like Negro, most of these pitchers on this list are fireballers. They're the power
Dominant.
pitchers. He's not. Him and Negro are probably the 2 on here that are completely nowhere near the fireball pitcher. But yet his
But
amount of
they won
strikeouts,
games.
the
They
amount
won
of
games.
strikeouts and 355 wins, I had him number 2 overall.
18 Gold Gloves.
I had
That's
him
the
number 2.
biggest stat.
That-
And
that's
4
the-
consecutive Cy Youngs. That's a bigger stat.
But being able to field your position, does that really make you a dominant pitcher? I mean, it helps, but does
Helps.
it make you a dominant pitcher?
No, but it's a nice stat to have.
Because Randy Johnson couldn't field a ball if it like freaking, but you had him
You get enough strikeouts, you don't need it.
way up on your list.
Hall of Famer, 4-time Cy Young, 8 times All-Star, 95 World Series, 18-time Gold Glove, and 4-time ERA title.
I'm happy.
Matches Randy Johnson.
I'm
I
happy
guess
with
you
where he's
could.
at.
I'd like
He's
to
there.
see him up a little higher, but I agree that
There.
he's good spot though.
Number 5.
Nolan Ryan.
See, when we started thinking, when we put our input into this list, I was thinking, Noah Ryan's got to be number 1 or number 2. But when you look at his stats, they're impressive, but they're not as dominant as what I thought.
324 wins,
Right? Less than Maddox, right?
807 games,
Right?
leads and strikeouts with 57-14. Hall of Famer, 8-time
How
All-Star,
many losses?
69 World Series. How many losses? 292.
A lot.
Career shutouts. He had 8 career shutouts.
His WAR is 81.2 and his ERA is 3.19. It's average. The
So again,
strikeouts
did we
though.
not all agree? Good numbers, but not as good as what you expected.
Led the AL in strikeouts the first 7 of 8 years.
Mhm.
7 no-hitters in his career.
I think the thing about Nolan Ryan, when he was good, but he was hittable. If his ball wasn't moving, you could hit him. He has a lot of losses.
And some of his career stats are exactly that. They're career stats because of his longevity. The fact that he was
27
able,
years.
he pitched into his mid-40s. I mean, that's going to boost some of those stats. Again, I like where he's at on our list. After I researched it, I would originally put him higher, but I think after I researched it, I like where he's at.
I don't think so.
He disagrees a lot.
I
It's
do.
okay. He can be the grumpy old man.
I will be tonight.
Okay.
We'll get
4.
a safe place for you sometime.
I'll go in my corner. 4 is Steve Carlson.
Now he's one. I mean, first I mean, I think he's the top left-hander on our list. Not to be a spoiler
Yes.
alert, but he is. I think the fact that he was a left-hander, has the career numbers that he has, he deserves to be where he's at on our list. And I think what career wins, he's what
329.
329. So the fact that he's a left-hander and he's that high, I mean, again, I'm happy with where he's at on our list.
329, 5,200 innings pitched. The other things, kind of cool stats about him: Hall of Famer, 4-time Cy Young, Triple Crown, 10-time All-Star, 2-time World Series, Gold Glove, and ERA title, first pitcher with 4 Cy Youngs, and also has most runners picked off.
Ooh.
And I have a baseball card where he has a pretty good mullet going on before the mullet was popular. So
one of the best mullets in baseball.
exactly.
And was the biggest a-hole to the media, which is what most players
And
should
he
do.
wore the powder blue outfits for the Phillies.
Phillies,
That were,
yep.
again,
Classic
spoiler
80s.
alert, will probably be another top 10 list we do.
Best uniforms. Anyway, number
Yeah,
3.
I mean, well, I was just
Go
saying,
ahead.
my Carlton, I mean, again, I think the career numbers you can't argue with.
No.
He did have a lot of garbage years where he bounced around his last couple of years in his career, but overall, I think everything you said, right where he belongs.
Agree?
Number 3, Walter Johnson.
See, this is a tough one for me. I think stat-wise is why we all put him on the list where we have. But I mean, if the guy was sitting in my garage right now, I wouldn't. He's dead. But if he was, I wouldn't know who he was. But I mean, it's hard to judge. We talk about this all the time. It's hard to judge talent in different eras. I mean, but with his numbers, you can't not put him on this list. I mean, I think
Hall of
he's
Famer.
number 3 all time in wins. Is that correct?
He's number 2.
417, he's number 2. His ERA is 217, which is one of the better ones. But he also leads in saves, 34 in this category of the guys that we picked.
Back in the day where saves didn't even matter, they were just out there pitching and
They were throwing their arm out.
right.
At 5,900 innings, which is the most pitched by any of the top 10 that we picked.
I think you have to respect that.
Hall of Famer, 2-time MVP, 3-time Triple Crown, 24 World Series, 5-time ERA title. The bigger stat about this guy, he would have been a Pirate. But the Pirates didn't want to guarantee his train ticket back. So he didn't become a Pirate.
Sorry about your luck.
Signs with Washington. Whatever.
Number 2,
Number 2, Roger Clemens. Steroid era.
what
Roger
I
Clemens.
said about Nolan Ryan earlier, I would say is exactly right about this guy because I wouldn't have had him as high on my list until I started researching it, and I was like, wow, the numbers he put up were staggering. And you can say what you want about steroids, and when he went to Toronto, his career, kind of took off again or whatever like that. But I don't think any of us are arguing the steroid era. If you just look at straight up his numbers, unbelievable.
There's 3 years in there where the steroid era was peak that he didn't even get picked for anything.
Right.
So that says something about him, right? So he was trying to do something, whether it was come back down on what he was already doing, or he was just starting back in, whatever it was. But that's what it was.
Did he do steroids? Maybe. Did Nolan Ryan do steroids? I don't know. We don't.
Because I was
none
saying,
of-
Nolan Ryan's the one that, I mean, to play
Somebody-
that long,
somebody
HGH
pitches,
something,
pitches a no hitter when they're 44 years old.
throwing 100 miles an hour still.
I mean, come on. So
Clemens, hold on.
I know those people that will probably
Debate
debate. They're gonna say no way, he's a juicer or whatever like that. But at the end of the day, his numbers are his numbers, and we're not really gonna get into the steroid debate. We're just strictly going off of numbers and what we think. And with his numbers, you can't.
The Cy Youngs alone.
He's got to be where he's at.
MVP, 7-time Cy Young, 2-time Triple Crown, 11-time All-Star, 2-time World Series, 7-time ERA title, All-Star MVP, Major League Player of the Year, first player with 7 Cy Youngs.
Steroids, no steroids. How can you
You
debate
can't beat
that? You
You
just,
can't beat it.
You can't.
You're good. Also, one of the first players that they did analytics off of was with the Red Sox. I remember
Yes.
the freaking numbers that they put out for the guy. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Numero uno.
Uno. Cy freaking Young.
Okay, so I'm just gonna end this right there. You named an effing award after him, okay? So you named the best pitcher of the every year after this guy. Obviously, did some. His numbers again, I talked about Clemens' numbers. His numbers are insane. We will never see another pitcher get the wins, the strikeouts, anything he did, just because, you know, he would pitch 4 or 5 games a week. He pitched with a hangover, probably sexually transmitted diseases, all kinds of stuff, and was still dominant. His arm was probably halfway falling off. And again, they named a freaking award after him.
Well,
You didn't have the number 1.
no, I didn't have number
Oh,
one
you didn't have
because
it.
I questioned how, again, getting 511 wins, is that what you
511.
but to be able to pitch that long, I don't think physically, like he couldn't have been throwing the same way that the pitchers are throwing.
You still think he had the slack arm and was
He had the
throwing-
slack arm. It was almost like pitching batting practice. I mean, he might have been the best at it.
But it was effective though, right?
No, it was effective, absolutely. I mean, he got 511
But
wins.
you just sit here and
But-
praise Greg Maddox for what he did. How can you not? If he was a gimmick, he still won 5, whatever.
He was a
won.
gimmick, but he
They
wasn't
had
a
the
gimmick.
swamp
I'm
thing
saying
in our
but they were
top
all
10.
like that at that time. But I'm just, he was the best. But the thing again, he named the award after him. None of us have seen him pitch ever, so we have no idea. The film is that choppy film that everyone, you know, Babe Ruth looks like he's like running around the bases, you know, like.
Babe Ruth ran like that anyways.
I mean, you can't judge the film. You can't, you know, even the few videos that you can watch him pitch, if there are any. I mean,
511 wins, 906 games, 815 of those he started, pitched in 7,356 innings. Hall of Famer, Triple Crown, 03 World Series, 2-time ERA. He faced almost 30,000 batters though. 30,000.
Sorry, end the story. You named a freaking award after him. Done.
Record for wins, innings pitched, games started, complete games, 25 and the third hitless consecutive innings. No other player's done that. 25 and a third innings.
like I said,
Over one full game.
I had
over
him
one game.
4th just because I know we never seen him pitch. No one. It's really hard to debate it. Didn't have him number 1, but I knew he would be probably end up number 1. Again, they named the award with it, so I can't really argue.
No, we can, but.
I mean, can.
The whole point of our
Someone
show
will.
Andy,
Yeah,
is
to
to argue.
argue.
So
Well,
who
we
was your
can't
number
argue.
1 then?
Well, I had Walter Johnson.
Walter Johnson.
Did you ever see him pitch?
No,
No.
I don't know. Same argument.
I don't know. Well, anyways, guys, that was our list, and we know there'll be a lot of comments, and we welcome the comments. Again, we're just 3 normal guys just sitting around. We wanted more input because this is what we would do anyways, to sit around, drink a couple of adult beverages, and talk about this stuff. So we welcome your comments. We are going to come out with more lists. Please subscribe to our channel. Please like us. Do whatever you want to do because we want to keep on doing this. So again, we're just 3 normal guys chilling out. We want your feedback.